Lue Elizondo says the true origin of UFOs has not been revealed yet. What does that mean? In a new interview, Lue Elizondo had a lot of different things to say about abductions and other things, so he's on the press tour still, man. He's still talking. He says other things along the lines of like that he wouldn't wish this on anybody as far as what his family's gone through. There's a lot that happened. So thanks for joining me here today on Down to Earth with Kristian Harloff. This is our Monday through Friday UAP news channel, and it really has been, and I think rightfully so, dominated by the book of Lue Elizondo. We knew it was going to be a big story. There's things that continuously keep happening with Lue, whether it's the initial, the positive stuff where the word is getting out, mainstream media is covering it more, and then the not so fortunate stuff where you have him and Jay Stratton, former friends, it looks like, who are no longer on the same page, and there's some back and forth and between them, or at least Stratton's just not happy with a lot of stuff that Lue is saying in his book, and there's other reports that Stratton has stuff that he's coming out, but nonetheless, Lue's out there with his book, and he has said definitively now on many different shows, from Rogan to Cold Hard to so many different ones, that it's not a matter anymore if these things are real. It's like this is a fact that this is non-human intelligence. He doesn't say, well, it could be this, it could be that. He says, factually, this is what this is. Now, what the origin is another story. So check this out.
Where they're from, what the intentions are, that hasn't come out yet. But they have already said, yes, they're real. Whatever these are, there are things in our skies that are not our technology. We're pretty sure it's not foreign adversarial technology, but they're there. They're real.
So that's what that means when people say UAPs are real.
Correct. And then there is another layer of that, where there's some individuals in the government who have been exposed to previous efforts, UAP efforts that the government was involved in, who go beyond that and have informed certain members of Congress.
Okay. So from there, it's a lot of the stuff that he's been saying that, look, it's already real. The government has already said it officially. He said that. He said that in this interview. He said that many times over in other interviews too. And he said that they just don't know as far as where the origin is and all that other stuff. It does come down to what you believe, right? And I think that there has to be, and this is, I think we got to get past now, because there's some people who will just be, no matter what Lue says, you're not going to believe him, right? Or and there's going to be some people who, no matter what he says, they'll believe him. I do think that it is imperative, though, that more people start to show themselves. I think Lue Elizondo was one of the guys that was always around before, like this really blew up over the last year with getting more and more people involved in talking about it, right? David Grush was kind of a newer person who came into it and then just overnight was the guy. There needs to be more people like David Grush. There needs to be more people like Lue Elizondo. There needs more people who are speaking up. And if it is indeed what they all say, that it shouldn't matter if someone else is, let's say, stealing the spotlight, which it shouldn't be at all. It should just be like sharing the spotlight is what it really should be. That's what it needs to be. And we need to get more people, because if it's the same guy out there saying, well, this is the case, and we know this, and I know this, and I know this, like, and there many people have asked, well, how do you know it? And he said how he knows it, but exactly, well, where's the video? Where's this? Where's that? That is the stuff that has to come out, and maybe it is, and this is that step. But there's another story that he told inside of this interview that I thought was really creepy. And listen to this.
There's an individual, it's not my story to tell, so maybe this person will become public one day, but he's a senior CIA official who had a very scary UAP encounter with his wife, and they actually went to the CIA and to some of the doctors, and they were able to extract, well, first of all, the individual had a hole punched in the back of their neck, but the wife, when she blew her nose, had a foreign object that was recovered. And so that's, again, I don't want to go too specific because it's not my story to tell. There's an individual that hopefully at some point will feel comfortable about being public about that. For now, I'm not going to say who the person was, but there's a lot of these examples. I know another one that's a good buddy of mine. We worked very close together. That had a very interesting situation as well, where there was potentially some sort of interesting encounter, and as a result, some sort of biological consequence. We talk about the 5 fundamental observables, but there are actually 6, and biological effects was one of them. Yes, we had actual doctors and surgeons looking into the medical consequences of military members and intelligence officials who may have gotten too close to a UAP. So that did indeed happen.
It's stuff like that is just like, at one part, tough to fathom, I should say. I don't want to say tough to believe, tough to fathom. Because there's just so much now, and you hear stuff like that. And this is similar to the account that he was talking about with Ross Coulthart, when he was talking about some of these things, the implants and all of that. But it's just the idea where, it's hard because you start to think that there's like a science fiction element to this, right? Where things are being implanted and things are changing in people's bodies biologically, and it's not easy. It's not easy to keep your brain focused and going, oh yeah, that seems normal. But when he was talking about, the thing that stood out to me was when he said that, these things were getting too close. There were people who got too close to the UAP and kind of paid the price for it. It takes me back to the Virginia case with the James Fox documentary, Moment of Contact. And there's something that allegedly happened to one of the police officers who grabbed one of these things in general, and body just kind of shut down because of it. So there's these stories that continuously go on. That this is the type of stuff, though, when you hear these types of things, that if this was, let's say, catastrophic disclosure and some of this stuff kind of came out, that to me is where they say, hey, this is kind of stuff that could cause mass panic, mass chaos. It really could. Well, you don't touch these ships because your head could blow up and you could die in 3 seconds. Oh, okay. Can we pretend that they're not around anymore? That'd be great. But anyway, what do you guys think of this story? I'm so curious to hear what you guys think about all this stuff. Put your comments in there and let me know. Thanks for joining me here today on Down to Earth with Kristian Harloff. As always, if you're brand new to the channel, subscribe to it. Let me know if there's other things that you want to talk about this week. I know there's other stories, if there's other things you want to hear my opinion on. Put your comments in there. I have questions from DTE members that I'm going to get to. I didn't have a full episode of UAP Tuesday this week, so I'm going to try to probably put that on one of maybe tomorrow's video. I'll probably put the members' questions on. So that's one of the benefits of being a member. You can ask a question, and I'll make sure that I answer it and get everybody else to hear it too. Thanks for joining me here today. I appreciate it. See you later. Bye.